Hey y'all, I'm new to all this like up close, personal, behind the scenes. Like I know how to really not put on a show, but I know how to just really do my videos when I'm doing a tutorial or I'm doing a review or something. But this, like being candid, is new to me, so I apologize for my candidness in advance because yeah, anyways, this is a recipe. This is for a keto flourless double chocolate chip cookie. It kind of reminds me of the Panera Bread chocolate duet cookie. It's really good and it's low in carbs and it's moderate fat and it's a good amount of protein too. So I'm really excited to show y'all how I make these cookies. I know I made them like and post them on Snapchat before, so I wanted to make some more, and I was just like, why don't I just post a video on it? So if you're interested in watching, then keep watching. So first off, let's start on the ingredients and what you need. They're in no particular order, but I just have everything right here. You're gonna need some creamy almond butter. I just got this from Whole Foods. You're also going to need the peanut butter powder. I will say works the best. However, I know a lot of people don't use peanut butter powder, so just regular peanut butter is fine. There are people who would argue that peanut butter is not keto. However, I use peanut butter and I think I'm doing fine. So it is what it is, right? You're also going to need some sugar-free chocolate chips. These are by Hershey's. Be really careful that it says sugar-free, not unsweetened, sugar-free. The brand I like best is a brand by Lily's, but it's really hard to find. You kind of have to go to Whole Foods to get it. However, I think these stats are pretty good for what you're getting. So it's 9 grams of carbs, but 7 of it is matharol, which basically is like a fake version of sugar. So you can subtract that out, and the dietary. So once you subtract that, that's 8. So it's 1 gram of carb per serving, which is a tablespoon, which is about what you would get in each cookie. You're also going to need some unsweetened, naturally unsweetened cocoa powder. Really important, again, to pay attention to your label and make sure it's unsweetened. Gonna need some vanilla, imitation vanilla. Baking soda. Make sure it's baking soda and not baking powder, or you'll really have something interesting on your hands. You'll need 2 eggs, a tablespoon of melted butter. I already melted my butter. It's just easier to prep these kinds of things when you're filming. 2 tablespoons of water. So my water is already in here. And lastly, you're going to need some type of erythritol. Erythritol is just another thing that is like a sugar. It's a sugar replacement. I use the confectioners brand style, and the brand that I use is Swerve. This comes in many different brands. I'm not exclusive to any brand, y'all, so whatever y'all want to use is definitely up to you. So the basis of what we're going to do first is we're going to take all of our ingredients and the measurements, and don't worry, I will have the exact measurement of everything down below, so you can read that in the description box. But I'm going to mix up everything besides the chocolate chips. We're going to fold these in. So I'm just going to show y'all how I would mix it, okay? So to start, we're going to measure out some almond butter. This is a half cup. I'm going to use 1 cup of the almond butter. I will try to remember as many measurements as possible, but like I said, please go down in the description box to see the exact recipe with all of the measurements so that you know exactly what to do. For some reason with this peanut butter, I don't know, I mean this almond butter, it comes out like really loose, and then at the end it's like super thick. Is that a normal thing with almond butter? I'm not sure, because I've had it like in several different varieties, and I'm not sure like what is the norm. And after I add the almond butter, I'm going to go and add the Swerve. I believe for the Swerve it's for 2/3 of a cup. I decided to add 1 cup because my girlfriend was like they weren't sweet enough last time, so I decided to add a little bit more. Peanut butter, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. If you have the peanut butter powder on hand, I do suggest it over the peanut butter. I'm gonna go ahead and crack my eggs in there. I use 2 eggs for this recipe. Now I'm gonna pour in my melted butter, should be 2 tablespoons of it, and 2 tablespoons of water. Vanilla, I usually just like splash it in there, but for the camera purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of it. And then baking soda, you just want 1 teaspoon of that baking soda. For the cocoa powder, you want 2 nice tablespoons of the cocoa powder. And after you're done, you can go ahead and blend it all together. The mixture is going to become very stiff, very thick. Just be forewarned that it's going to be so thick it's actually going to stick to the beaters. So what you want to do is take a knife or a spoon and just slide it down the beaters, but the mixture should be very thick. After you do that, you want to fold in your chocolate chips. I believe I used about a cup of chocolate chips. And you just want to, you know, move the chocolate chips all around and get them nice and even into the dough. Now the fun part, we can go ahead and bake them. I'm using a spoon and a knife because the cookie dough, as you can imagine, is very dense and it's very sticky. So this is just the most clean way to do this. And then I'm going to put them in the oven. About 10 minutes in, I'm going to press them down because since they don't have flour, they don't naturally flatten out like they should. And put them back in the oven for 2 more minutes, and this is the final result. This is the cookies that you should have. I'm gonna have mine with some milk and it's so good. And I just want to show y'all a close-up shot what they look like. They're so moist, gooey, and yummy. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, thumbs up this video and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next recipe.